guys, it's Rob with the Freedom Report. It is Friday, June 7th, 2024, and I've got a little bit short video for you today as promised. We're looking here at a presentation on native-born versus foreign-born workers here in the United States from USA Facts. Data collected from the government, I believe, Bureau of Labor Statistics, as well as other sources. And you can see that in 2021, really in 2020, 2021, the foreign-born workforce is outnumbering, as from a labor force participation rate perspective, the amount of foreign-born workers are outnumbering native-born workers. So people coming from different areas, and I'll show you a pie chart on who they are here in a sec, coming from other places are getting more jobs than people born in America. And this is the labor force participation rate, but also the total number of workers. When I looked that information up in 2021, the foreign-born workers had more jobs than native-born. So we're not supporting the people that already lived here and were already a part of the community as much as we're supporting potentially cheaper labor from other places. And this is one of those underlying things that you don't see in the labor force, I'm sorry, the government employment numbers, that the people here aren't getting jobs, and we're going to cheaper and cheaper labor because that's what we can afford. That's why we're not in a boom time economy. When you have to get cheaper and cheaper labor and you have to import them, it means that you're not supporting the people already here, which means there's going to be high unemployment. There's going to be a lot of people who can't make ends meet. And if companies can't pay decent wages and they have to go import cheaper labor, it means the economy is basically collapsing, essentially, because wages aren't going to be able to keep up with consumer patterns. If you don't have that consumer spending, down goes the corporates, down goes the bond and stock sectors. And this is a big indicator where we're going in our economy. As we come down and look at what are the race and ethnicity, you have your white and black and Asian, then you have your Hispanic and other. Most of the increase in the workers has been Hispanic. So it's been a lot of that migration up into the US, taking jobs a little bit cheaper. Now, they may be doing jobs that some people claim Americans wouldn't do, but that's kind of a red herring, because if the jobs were out there, Americans would take them rather than starve. So it's not really a great argument to say that, well, you know, we're paying people that will take the work. The point is, if the economy doesn't support the people already here and things are too expensive, then that means the economy is going to crash anyway, essentially. And that's kind of the point of the video. The economy is going to crash because we're at the point at which we're having to take on tremendous amounts of debt, and we can't even afford to have a lifestyle for the people here, that we're having to bring people from somewhere else to work cheaper rates. The problem with that is eventually all these Hispanics and other people, a lot of Asians and things like that from other parts of the country that are coming here, aren't going to be able to afford life here either because of inflation and the cost of living. So they're going to go on government programs probably at some point, and that's just going to kind of spiral out of control. And that's really the point of the video I wanted to have today, was just to make a point about who's working, how much they're working, the fact that most Americans can't support the lifestyle, and even the immigrants aren't going to be able to long-term either, because the people already here can't support paying rent and paying groceries and stuff like that. Just because you're getting cheaper labor, and they're not going to be able to support either because they're actually making less. And so it's not going to go. But it is one of the final stages before an economic collapse, as we study history over the last few thousand years. When you get into that cycle where you're having to import really cheap labor, it means your economy is about to roll over. Just another indicator the economy is not healthy. By the way, this is not throwing shade on anybody coming here for work. You know, we all appreciate being able to move for work and people thinking they have the opportunity here in the US. But I kind of got news for you. Regardless if you're native born or foreign born, you can't afford really to live here at current wage rates. And that's going to cause a major slump in the economy. And that's really the bigger point here. The labor market, it's not healthy. And when consumers are not healthy in the US, we're a consumer-based economy, the economy is not healthy, and we're going to start to see bankruptcies and bank failures and probably some defaults on bonds, eventually a stock market crash. Anyway, just wanted to throw this out there for a Friday. Y'all have a blessed weekend. We're going to have more content in the short form as I look at different things, and not only around the economy, but what's happening culturally as well. And we'll put those on the channel. Until next time, Rob with the Freedom Report.